real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Harley Est is dating the defendant, but she says the defendant went to jail 2 times during their relationship for abusing her. Harley says one time the defendant pinned her on a couch and bit her leg, and she's suing him today for breaking her phone and stealing her Xbox. Defendant Anthony Sylvester admits that he's been abusive to Harley in the past, but says he deeply regrets his behavior and is a changed man. Although Anthony admits to damaging Harley's phone, he never stole her Xbox.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, when I first started dating Anthony, we were young and dumb. Now we're just young and trying not to be so dumb, so I'm trying to get past everything. Well, I first met him. I'd moved to an area and started dating a good friend of Anthony's. Me and his friend had a baby when I was 15, and I didn't even like Anthony really at first. He was a bad boy, and I wasn't really into that, so I didn't like him at all. I didn't like my boyfriend even being by him, so I went to a few parties, and Anthony was there, and, you know, I sat down and talked to him a few times, and somehow I ended up liking him, and we got together.
You looked better when you got drunk.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we started dating, and I had left his friend for him, and everything was going good for about a year. And then we had some problems with jealousy and trust, and that's when he got his first domestic battery on me. It was late 2009. We were coming back from a friend's house, and I was driving. He was in the passenger seat, and he picked up my purse. It has a big belt buckle on the front of it, and it hit my lip, and my lip busted open. My mom came out at that exact time, so she called the cops. He sat 3 months in jail for that. I stuck with him and stayed with him while he was in jail, and he got out. Things were going okay. We had a baby ourselves and got an apartment in Arcadia, and things were going good there for a while. Then July 2010, he got a second domestic battery on me. I was trying to leave in an argument. He wouldn't let me leave. I eventually got out. He stood on the hood of my car and wouldn't let me drive anywhere. So I was like...
No disrespect, but you couldn't whoop him?
Right?
She has. She has.
Oh, she has?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So anyways, he jumps on the hood of my car. He won't get off. I'm tapping my brake a little bit and trying to get him off my car. Well, eventually I get him off like a few blocks away from our apartment. So I go back to the apartment to get some things because, you know, I'm trying to leave. I need some clothes for the babies and need to get out of there. But before I could leave, he got back at the apartment, stood in front of the door. He had actually got me down on the couch, like pinned me down, wouldn't let me up, and he bit my leg like so hard there was a bruise there for like 2 months.
That when you all broke up?
Yeah.
Defendant Anthony Sylvester is being sued by his girlfriend, who claims Anthony has been to jail 2 times for assaulting her.
That when you all broke up?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he incarcerated for that?
Yeah, for 3 months as well, for the second, so. But let me just say, he is actually a changed man. Like, we are still working things out together. This has been in the past, and well, I'm still with him. We're trying to work everything out, you know, so we do have a child. We're trying to put the past behind us. That's
now, how many times has he assaulted you?
Twice.
Over the course of how long?
4 years.
1 time is too many, but there's some guys that do it every month. But you took enough action to discourage him, I'm sure, from ever doing it in the future, hopefully. Learn your lesson?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
What do you want to tell me about the relationship before we get to the damaged property she's suing you about?
First off, Your Honor, I would like to say I completely disagree. There's never a reason to hit a woman. I take responsibility for what I did.
You disagree with who?
You know what? That's not what I'm...
Who agrees? Go ahead, sir.
I disagree with ever, you know, being physical with a woman is what I mean.
Good, okay.
You know, I learned my lesson. I was very stupid. I made my mistakes, and I've told her I'm very, very sorry. I wish I never did it, but really, she's not perfect either. She's beat me up quite a few times. Like,
You've assaulted him?
Yes, I do admit to that.
Have you been to jail?
Yeah, I was in there for 3 days.
Okay. Go ahead, sir. How did you all straighten your relationship? How did it turn around?
Just sick of it all. I mean, you know, I really don't like going to jail, and...
Were you all heavy drinkers?
No, actually, I don't drink at all. Not at all.
So you're doing this on the natural?
I know, it's not good,
all
but...
right. You're a natural fool, not one that drink, not drinking and drugging fool. You're a natural fool. All right, let's get to the damage and stolen property you're suing him for.
Okay, so in late 2009, I had gotten a phone. Actually, I got the phone in the beginning of 2009 with my taxes. It costed me $389 to get this phone. A week later, we were having an argument. He takes my phone and snaps it in half and just leaves. So, and he's promised so many times that he would pay me back for the phone, get me a new one. And
they have the replacement value?
Yep.
What else? That is for...
That's the phone in
$389. What about the property he stole?
That was actually in Arcadia in 2010. This was the next year after I got my taxes. I had bought an Xbox 360 with a couple games, controller, and we were having an argument. I left to get away from it, leave. I come back 2 hours later. He's gone, and the Xbox is gone as well as with him. So he claims that I gave it to him as a gift. I did not give it to him as a gift. I have two boys myself, one who was 3 at the time, and I had a Shrek Xbox game for him so that he could play. So I did not give it to him as a gift. It was for, for the house.
Defendant Anthony Sylvester is being sued by his girlfriend, who claims Anthony has been to jail 2 times for assaulting her.
Sir?
I agree that I do owe her for the phone. I did tell her that I would reimburse her for it. I really shouldn't have snapped it. I mean, I was quite mad that, I was...
What about the Xbox?
The Xbox, she did buy it with her tax money, but we were at the pawn shop when I was looking at Xboxes and everything, and I had told her I wanted one, and later on we went and she bought one, and really, it was never stated, whose it was or anything, but I was the one that, I played it all the time. I did everything with it. I took care of it. That was like, you know what I mean? It's an Xbox.
No, I don't know what you mean.
I play a lot of Xbox.
I do know who owns something when it's purchased. The person who paid.
I
That's
understand
who owned it.
what you mean. I understand.
Somebody was never really stated who owned it. If it wasn't stated who owned it, it belongs to the person who paid for it, sir.
My thing was, I just told her, like, the day before, or maybe even that day, that I wanted to get an Xbox, and she went and she bought one, so...
For you to use?
Yes, and when
I
I
her
left...
money, she jumped on you many times. Do you want your money? You want to take it out his... You want some,
both if I can.
You say both?
Both if I can.
You better pay her money and keep running. $909, sir. You are unsure whether it was a gift or not. She paid for it, and since you are unsure who it belonged to, well, you have your answer today. The person who pays for it owns it. You admit to the phone as well. $909 is your judgment. Don't jump on him out here, all right?
Okay, I won't. I'll try not to.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Judgment for the people.
I guess that I'm happy that you admitted to it, and I hope that we can make everything better and put this all behind us.
I'm sorry I did snap your phone. I really am. I still believe the Xbox was mine. A little bit more trust and, both of us not to be so jealous.
All right.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay.